Sandeep sir, can we start?
Sure. Yeah, sure, Priya. We can.
Yes, sir. Participants are joining in between.
Yeah, no issue.
In the meantime, we can start. A very good morning to one and all. We are heading towards the day 5 of master training of minor forest produce. We are now proceeding with the first technical session that is on processing value addition of minor forest produce. Dear participants, if you have any question during the presentation, please type in the chat box or either unmute yourself or raise your hand. I will unmute you so that you can ask the question. We will bring them after the end of the session. Now, without further delay, will proceed to the first technical session. For this session, we have with us Dr. Sandeep Jhangru, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Food Technology, Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh. I welcome you, sir, and thank you for accepting our invitation. The session is over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. Just confirm the slides once I'll share that they are moving or.
Yes, sir, your slide is visible.
Just a moment. Just check once whether they are moving or not. Sometimes
yes, sir.
After making it full screen. It's moving?
Yes, sir. It's moving now.
Slide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So, very good morning to one and all present here today. So today, as Priya told, we are going to discuss about processing and value addition of minor forest produces. So before coming to the main topic, like as we are doing processing, and processing is mainly done for extending the shelf life of the food products along with various other you can say reasons. Processing can be primary, secondary, or tertiary. Even whatever like cleaning, sorting, grading after bringing the raw produce from the vegetable or fruit market for keeping into the refrigerator, whatever intermediately this cleaning, sorting, grading things which we are doing, that also comes under the category of primary processing. So processing, as I've told, maybe of primary, secondary, or tertiary, and the main purpose is to extend the shelf life. Along with extending the shelf life, processing and value addition also like helps to earn foreign exchange and which strengthens the economy by way of promoting exports. Processing also increases the bioavailability of nutrients to the human body. Apart from that, it controls or checks the post-harvest losses by extending the shelf life. It's a direct mode of providing employment to the youth by industrialization, and as it's a green sector industry, it comes under the green sector industries. So it won't cause much pollution, and you can put food industries anywhere. Like there's no hard and fast pollution control norms for this sector. As you know, most of the commodities, fresh commodities, if I'll talk about mainly fruits and vegetables, they are available for limited time periods, or they are like seasonal, hardly few weeks to few months they are available, and the nutritional requirement is throughout the year. So this value addition will help us in getting those nutrients throughout the year. So these are some of the reasons you can say for which we used to do value addition, and the processes by which we are doing processing, or you can say value addition, are very important. So some of the recent trends in food processing includes like your frying of the food products, freeze drying, dehydration, roasting, flavoring, and addition of the additives. And traditionally, since so many years, we are doing by thermal processing. So these are some of the methods which we are using for processing. And the future technologies, if I'll say, people are becoming more and more health conscious. So nutritional retention, is very important. So nowadays, non-thermal processing technologies like pulse electric field, high hydrostatic pressure technologies, cold plasma, ultrasonication, these kind of techniques, they are in trend, and the future is of these technologies. Along with this, like microencapsulation, 3D printing, AI is coming up into food sector, and so many other techniques on which we are working on, and then some of them are readily available for commercialization and some in near future will be available. So coming to our today's topic, minor forest produce, they are the like non-timber plant produces which we used to get from the forests, and they may be roots, leaves, shoots, fruits, anything. They have high medicinal importance as well as other health benefits. So starting with the tamarind, which is available in plenty in the forest, it is consumed as such or in different kind of products, beverages, and since ancestrally it is being used for curing various kind of diseases like constipation, diarrhea, fever, ulcers, as it is a rich source of antioxidants and it is having anti-inflammatory properties which helps to prevent various kind of cancers, or you can say helps to prevent formation or reduction in the functional free radical formations and acts as a functional food. So their seeds are also used, which helps to reduce the blood sugar levels, and the pulp extracted is also used for reduction of the body weight, like it is having the prebiotic effect. Some of the products, the processing of these products, like along with other minor forest produces, like process is common. So in later slides we'll discuss. Now just focusing on the types of products which we can make from tamarind, like pulp can be used, chutney, if we are adding spices, pickles, we can dehydrate tamarind pulp and we can make powder. Tamarind toffees, very tangy. Then tamarind juice concentrate, and jams, jellies from tamarind are also in the trend nowadays. The next minor forest produce is honey. So forest honey is darker in color, and if I'll say ki consumer preference is more for the light color honey, but if you'll see minor this forest honey is dark because of having high antioxidants, which is having functional properties. It is having anti-atherogenic properties, which helps to uh, protect your liver. It is having many phytochemicals, rich source of you can say sugar, carbohydrates, and other nutrients. It is having antibacterial and antifungal properties because of having less moisture content. Bacteria or microorganisms won't get sufficient amount of moisture to grow, and it is also used to improvise the digestive system. It acts as prebiotic for your gut flora, and it's having multiple uses. These are some of the kind of honey you can say. Honey is basically monofloral or polyfloral. Monofloral honeys are having different kind of medicinal properties depending upon the source from which it has extracted, whether it is from the eucalyptus, rapeseed, mustard, lychee honey, sunflower honey. Even multifloral honey is also having different kind of properties depending upon the sources from which the bee has taken nectar. The next minor forest produce is your wood apple, or we used to call it bale also. This bale contain tannins, which is higher in the rind and almost 20%, and pulp also contain around 9% of the tannins. And these tannins are helpful in curing different kind of diseases like your asthma, diabetes, swollen joints, jaundice, diarrhea. So lot many medicinal properties wood apple is having. And we can make jams, we can use pulp as such, we can make ready to eat, ready to drink beverages out of bale or wood apple, and it can be dehydrated and can be powder, toffees or candies can be made just like your tamarind. Next one is elephant apple. It's available in plenty in northeastern region and rich source of different kind of vitamins like B complex, E, vitamin C, amino acids and proteins. It helps to reduce your low density lipoproteins and improvises high density lipoproteins. This fruit is low in cholesterol and phytochemicals like flavonoids, phytochemicals and flavonoids present in this fruit are very useful, which is having anti-cancerous properties, which helps to reduce or control the free radical formation in your body. And it is used in various kind of disorders like related to kidney. It helps to, as I've told, it reduces the free radical formation, so help to control aging also. So lot many benefits, and some similar kind of products like pulp, powder, toffees, pickle, jam, jelly, and juices can be made from elephant apple also. Talking about ginger, I think all of us, we have used and we have availed the benefits of fresh and different kind of products from the ginger, and it helps in curing cold, nausea, arthritis, digestive problems, and it all the compound present in ginger, mainly gingerol, and we can extract or convert ginger into various products like oleoresins, ginger oil, and other kind of products like powder, paste. We can make candies out of this. So for making product, the pre-processing, we used to wash and peel ginger with different kind of methods. If we are using manual mode, so we need a skilled labor for peeling, and special kind of knife is required for scraping the rhizomes of ginger. After washing and peeling, we used to bleach it in plain water for 2 to 3 hours, then soaking it in calcium oxide 2% water for almost 6 hours. This calcium oxide acts as a antibacterial agent which helps to prevent the growth of microorganisms during dehydration of ginger rhizome or slices. And this bleaching also helps to improvise the color retention during drying. We can dehydrate the ginger rhizome as such, or we can slice it and dehydrate it by using different kind of dryers like your solar dryer, mechanical dryers. The efficiency of mechanical dryers is better as compared to solar dryers. And the quality of the finished product is also better. So we used to dry it at a moisture level less than 10%. And if we have to achieve the shelf life of like more than 6 months, then the moisture content should not exceed beyond 12%. So solar drying usually takes a week time to bring down the moisture content up to the desired level. The same thing can be done in like 12 to 16 hours using the tray dryers at a controlled temperature of less than 60%. Going above this temperature may lead to discoloration or darkening of the rhizome or slices. Then it can be, after dehydration, it can be packed as such, or it can be further processed in different kind of products, like we can make powder out of it. And then the storage condition should have to be at lower temperature. If the temperature exceeds more than 20 degrees centigrade, there are losses which has been observed in like gingerol loss, 10-20% of oleoresin in dry weight was observed. Apart from that, other products like, as I've told, ginger powder, ginger oil, oleoresins can also be extracted from the powdered ginger. After dehydration, simple grinding or pulverizing and sieving at like 50 to 60 micrometers sieve, mesh size sieve, we can get a fine grinded powder. With that same powder, we can extract oil. And the percentage of oil varies from 1.5 to 3.5 depending upon the variety of ginger which we are using and the method which we are opting for. Oil extraction is steam distillation, or you can say hydro distillation method, where we used to either use the dehydrated slices, or for having better efficiency, we can use powdered ginger also. The uses of ginger oil is also in pharmaceutical sector, in confectionery, in bakery. It is used in soft drinks and various other liquors, even in beverages, including fermented beverages also. This ginger oil is used as a flavoring substance. Oleoresin, ginger oil is like extraction by using steam distillation. That's why the color is very crystal clear. Whereas in oleoresin, along with oil, other they are also present. And for extracting oleoresin, we used to use solvent extraction methods where we are using organic solvents like alcohol, ethylene, acetone, etc. to extract oleoresin out of the ginger. And the yield varies from 4 to 6% again. And after extraction, we have to separate it from the organic solvent. The residues should not be more than 30 ppm. This oleoresin contain volatile oils 25 to 38% and gingerol 20 to 30%. And it is used in baking and in different kind of products like chutneys, even in alcoholic beverages and ready to food items also. Basic equipments which we are using for dehydration or powdering of ginger, like your automatic peeler and washer, after that slicer, dicer, then tray dryers, mechanical dryer which I was talking about, it's kind of a batch process, then grinder, pulverizer for making powder, even blanching machine also sometimes we use depending upon the type of product, or you can say for having better color and flavor retention as well as to inactivate the enzymes. Then packing of the powdered ginger or sliced ginger using form fill seal machine can also be done. The next produce is cinnamon. I think most of us, we are using it as a spice in our household kitchens, or you can say in various kinds of gravies. Most of us, they don't know how much medicinal properties this cinnamon is having. It is having almost all kind of functional aspects, antifungal properties, it's anti-inflammatory also, it's like antiviral, antibacterial, antioxidant properties, and it is used in so many things like reducing your blood pressure, type 2 diabetes. It improvises your gut health also because it acts as prebiotic for the flora and relieve in digestive discomforts. Even the flavor your aromatherapy is also very popular, where we are using cinnamon aromas in reducing depressions, anxieties, and to improvise the sleep. Having limited use in cosmetics also. Dehydration process, after cleaning and washing, the cinnamon is dehydrated at a temperature not more than 55 degrees centigrade in mechanical dryers for 24 hours, and we have to bring down the moisture content less than or equal to 8%. After that, we can go for free flow powder kind of grinding by using pulverizer, and that powder can be as such packed, labeled, and stored in dispatch can be done. Even the cinnamon can be part of different kind of spices like your garam masala, chicken masala, and different kind of other mixed spices. The next one, oregano. It's basically the leaves, and it is used as a fragrant agent. It belongs to the mint family, and for the fragrance, and it's a kind of a medicinal herb, and it's mostly used in dry form, where we used to dehydrate the leaves, and either we used to do powdering or flaking. Organos are rich source of vitamin A, C, and K, and various minerals like calcium and magnesium, and dietary fiber also present in plenty in these leaves. It also contains essential oils which have antibacterial and anti-inflammatory powers, and it helps in reducing free radicals and prevent various kinds of illnesses. So to dehydrate and to make it flakes or powder, this process we used to follow, which is almost similar for cinnamon, 55 degrees centigrade for 3 hours here. We are keeping in the tray dryers, and then the moisture content once come down below 8%, so we used to grind it and sieve it with packed. In fact, by using ball mill, we can make flakes out of organos, which are like normally using in so many kind of like pizza seasonings and in other kind of gravies also we are using. The next is your king's chili, or some people used to call it Naga chili also. Very famous in northeastern part of the country. Also popular with the local name Bhoj Jalokia, in like used mainly in as a flavoring compound or as a, you can say major ingredient in the gravies for making pickles, and it is having higher amount of capsaicin content as compared to your normal chili. That's why it's very pungent, and the name itself says it's king of all chilies. That's why, because of this capsaicin, it's most pungent chili of our country, you can say, and it is having various health or medicinal properties like your anti-inflammatory, as other spices are also having anti-platelet effect, hepatoprotective action, anti-diabetic activities, as it's anti-oxidant, so prevent cancers also. The chilies can be used as such fresh, or it can be dehydrated, or it can be flaked, can be used in the form of paste, pulp, or we can make pickle or chutney kind of things. People they are making already. Powder can also be done. So we'll discuss about the processing. So after selecting uniform color chilies, we used to after washing and blanching at 80 degrees centigrades in hot water for 10 minutes, just to help in retaining better color. So for having better retention of color in King's chili, we don't use solar dryers or tray dryers. Better to go with vacuum drying or freeze drying, or you can say then followed by cryogenic grinding for better retention of color, nutrients, and other antioxidant properties. After blanching, we used to go for cutting and removing its heads, and sometimes we may remove seeds also if we are making powder. But in case of flakes, we can retain seeds of the chili. Pink chili powder after drying in tray dryers, we can normally what process we are following is like at a lower temperature, somewhere around 50 degrees centigrades. It takes 5 to 6 hours to reduce the moisture content of chili up to 5 to 6% on dry basis. Then after powdering using a pulverizer or a grinder, we can sieve it and have the free flow powdered form of Burjalokia. Then it can be packed and by using form fill seal kind of a machine. For most of the powdered spices, we used to use form fill seal kind of machines for packing them. In some of the spices, we require sterilization also. And the basic method which we are using for spice sterilization is high pressure steam sterilization. In sterilizers, high pressure steam sterilizers, they are there. King's chili flakes by using the same dehydrated, but here the moisture content we used to keep somewhere around 10 to 12% instead of reducing it at 5 to 6%, because we need not to go for powder preparation. We are just going for flaking, and after achieving the desired moisture content, we can pass it through the ball mill for having the flakes, and then it can be packed in pouches, containers, or suitable packaging material. The pickle from King's Chili are very famous, and you can find in northeastern region very commonly in the shops these pickles. So the recipe for this thing involves 1 kg of your chili and 100 grams salt, mustard oil almost 350 ml, chopped garlic 50 grams, fenugreek powdered form 25 gram, Nigella seeds 15 gram, any seeds again 25 grams. So the process flow here you can see after drying at 50 degrees centigrade for 1 hour after blanching. Blanching we used to do it for 10 minutes at 80 degrees centigrade. And after like drying it in shade, you can say not much dry and not much wet also. So for 3 to 4 hours, if we are doing it in shade, then less amount of oil is heated, and then these spices, they are mixed in this little amount of mustard oil, and then chilies are added, chili pieces. After filling it into jar, we can keep it in sun for softening of the pickle, and in between we can add the remaining mustard oil as and when required. After that, jars can be sealed and labeled. The next is King's chili paste. So here, as you can see on right hand side, the recipe is mentioned where this King's chili, salt, mustard oil, ginger garlic paste. Here we are adding the citric acid 10 grams, cumin, coriander powder, and roasted black gram powder also up to 50 gram we are including into this King's chili paste. So after blanching, after washing and blanching for 2 to 3 minutes in warm water, we used to surface dry the chilies, and after cutting, we used to go for grinding or paste preparation. During paste preparation, we used to add gram powder to the chili pieces, and we can add little water if required. Then in pan, heat and cool oil we used to take and fry this paste for like 2 to 3 minutes at a low flame, and then drain out excess of the oil if it is there, and we used to add citric acid and then packing and sealing into the pouches or bottles, whatever way you want to sell it. The next minor forest produce is mushroom. It's a fungus, you can say, rich source of, you can say, potassium, which is nutrient against sodium, the negative effect, which helps to reduce the negative effects of sodium, which the body is getting from the salt. So mushroom is rich source of fiber, protein, anti-inflammatory properties it is having. Nowadays, fortified mushrooms, they are available. Vitamin D fortified mushrooms are very popular. popular, and it's a rich source of antioxidant, helps to reduce hypertension, metabolic disorders, and so many other beneficial effects. So mushroom is available in the form of tray packs with a shelf life of like 3 to 7 days under refrigerated conditions. Apart from this, we can canning of the mushroom powder can be used as one of the ingredient in various bakery products. We can make mushroom fortified cookies, biscuit. Then mushroom pickles are very famous, candies, and ready to eat mushroom gravies. They are available of different brands. The next one is your mahua flower. Mahua flower. So mahua flower is very popular in eastern UP and Bihar regions, even in Chhattisgarh also. Lot many people they are processing this mahua flower into various products, and as it is sweet in nature, so it is mostly used in making fermented alcoholic beverages in these regions. It's a rich source of vitamin C and antioxidants. It also contains vitamin A in the form of beta carotene present in this, and it is also rich in minerals like calcium and phosphorus. If I'll talk about the uses, it is used in making sweet dishes like your halwas, methi puri, barfi, and these kind of products, as it contain various kinds of sugars like fructose, sucrose, maltose, arabinose, etc. It is also used as a major ingredient in making cakes. Along with the flour, it is grinded, and then the batter is used, or paste is used for making different kind of cakes over fire. And it is also used, as I've told, in making wine kind of products, which is known as mauli. Alcohol percentage varies from 25 to 45 because of having its high sugar contents. The rate of conversion, it depends on the rate of conversion and the time of fermentation given, and along with the conditions. Apart from that, distilled alcoholic beverages are also prepared using mahua flour with having alcohol content of 20 to 40%. Bamboo shoots. Bamboo shoots are the major, or you can say another minor forest produce, which is consumed throughout the northeast India. They are rich source of various minerals like phosphorus, copper, sodium, potassium, magnesium, manganese, selenium, etc. And they are also rich source of fiber and amino acids. Consuming bamboo shoot helps to regulate the blood pressures due to having its high mineral content, particularly potassium and magnesium, pantothenic acid also. Apart from that, it's high in fiber, which helps to improve your digestive systems. It helps in it is having anti atherosclerotic properties, which helps to reduce your LDL content in the body, low density lipoprotein, which we used to call bad cholesterol, and improvises your cardiovascular health. Bamboo shoots, they are commonly used in making gravies as one of the you can say vegetables, gravy type of vegetables. And then it is also dehydrated and used in off season. Apart from that, its powder is also there. Some anti-nutritional factors they are there in bamboo shoots, which can be minimized or reduced by boiling the bamboo shoot pieces. and washing it 2-3 times. Then bakery products, pickles, they are also there, made from bamboo shoot. Indian gooseberry, amla, you all are familiar. Best source of vitamin C, antioxidants, antibacterial, antifungal properties, help in preventing digestive issues, and so many other medicinal properties. And it can be consumed as such raw as well as in the form of pulp, powder, paste, pickle, toffee candy. Even we can make preserve and jam from the avla. Fresh avla juice can also be made, can be preserved and packed and sold. Bay leaves, rich source of various vitamins including B6, calcium, vitamin A, vitamin C, minerals like calcium, iron, magnesium, with having anti-inflammatory properties, helps in relief of pain, like are also used in asthmas, pain from sprain, strain, etc. And they are like the bay leaves are natural insect repellents, and the oil after extraction can be used on body to repel the insects and minimize the insect bites and stings. It contains caffeine, quercetin, and other functional components which protect and prevent various kinds of cancers. Bay leaves can be dehydrated at 50 degrees centigrade for 3 hours to bring the moisture content at 8% of 8% to achieve the 8% moisture content, and can be packed and sold as such leaves after washing, cleaning, dehydration. Then can be packed and sold, as well as they can be powdered and mixed with other kind of you can say spices to make spice mix for various gravies. So flowcharts for the common processing methods of minor forest produces. It includes, the first one is pickle making. The basic ingredients like your fruits, almost 1 kg, then salt, 150 gram. This salt content may vary sometime depending upon the taste, desired taste, you can say. Usually this is the standard thing, 150 gram. Then red chilies, 15 gram. Turmeric powder, 10 grams. Cumin, 50 gram. We can add black pepper, fenugreek, 30 grams. Mustard oil, up to 300 ml. So after selecting suitable fruits, we used to do blanching for 2 to 3 minutes in warm water around 70 to 80-degree temperature. After surface drying, cutting or chopping into pieces, the fruit pieces, or if you are making paste pickle, or you can say pickle paste, pickle of paste kind of properties, then you can grind it. Otherwise, you can use the chopped pieces, and after mixing it with the spices mentioned in the recipe, we can add little water sometime if required. Otherwise, in majority of the cases, we used to avoid adding water. Then hot oil we can take and fry it for 2 to 3 minutes. We can avoid this frying, and then directly we can keep it for like 3 to 5 days or 7 days in sunlight, and we can in between keep on adding oil just to soften the tissues. So frying can also be avoided and replaced with the keeping into sunlight. And after frying for 5 minutes, we can fill and seal into the jars hygienically. And these packed and sealed jars, bottles can be labeled and sent to the market for selling. Jam preparation, very common for fruits, which we are doing. Sorry. Then jam is mainly made from the pulp, or you can say fibrous part of the fruit. It involves fibers, or you can say pulp. After washing and peeling, extraction of pulp is done, then by using muslin cloth, we used to filter it to take out the thicker parts, fibers, etc. Then we used to add sugar into it. The sugar is almost, if we are taking 1 kg of fruits, then we used to add somewhere around 48 to 50% sugar, equivalent to the weight of the fruits which we are taking. The selection of fruits in jam preparation is very important. We used to take 80% ripe fruits and 20% unripe or semi-ripe fruits. Semi-ripe fruits gives the flavor of the fruit, and as fully ripe fruits, they are mainly used to provide the base of the jam, and then they gives the sweetness. The aroma and flavor comes from the unripe fruits which we are adding, which is almost in a ratio of like 80 to 20, 80% ripe, 20% semi-ripe. So after taking out the pulp and adding sugar, we can add pectin also if required, because in some of the fruits it is not there. That's why the 20% fruits which we are taking, they contain pectin, the raw fruits having higher pectin content. So that is also another reason for adding some 20% raw fruits. So after boiling and achieving TSS level of not less than 68%, in between we can add citric acid and other preservatives like your KMS, potassium metasulfate, or sodium sodium, one more, forgot the name, this is used for as a preservative, which helps to prevent the growth of yeast and mold growth in jam. And then after filling the bottles, we can do labeling and capping. Jelly, the major difference in jelly and jam is of raw material. So jelly is mainly made from fruit juice, or jam is mainly made from pulp, juice or extract in some of the cases we used to use. And right hand side you can see the recipe given for fruit juice, for jelly preparation. Juice is almost 1 kg, 750 grams of sugar. The important thing here also is like selection of fruits. In case of jam, we used to put 80% ripe and 20% unripe. Jelly is clear and tangy, so we used to take 80% unripe and 20% ripe fruits. So after proper selection of the fruit, washing, peeling, and then we used to boil, as we are taking semi-ripe to unripe fruits in majority. So boiling for softening of the tissues is done. Then after adding citric acid, straining or juice extraction from the softened fruits is done. Then after doing pectin test, we can add sugar, and we can go for boiling at 105 degrees centigrade until achieving the TSS of 65 degree Brix. We can add preservatives like as we have added in jam, like sodium benzoate or your along with KMS. Then removal of scum in between during boiling, heating is very important to have crystal clear jelly. After checking the endpoint with the help of sheet test or drop test, we used to go for cup filling or bottle filling. For settling, you can say similar to that of the jam, as we did in the previous, as we saw in the previous slide. After settling, we can do capping, and sometimes we used to put wax also before capping. In case of jam also we used to do. Powder preparation, most of the fruits like earlier, as we have seen, usually we used to do it at 55 degrees centigrade for most of the herbs and spices. And we used to achieve moisture content of around 8%. After that, pulverizing and the packing, labeling, storage and dispatch can be done. Juice, or you can say ready to serve RTS kind of things, if you have to make ripe fruits, we used to wash it. Then after washing and peeling, we used to go for pulping in case of mangoes and other things. Otherwise, we can directly extract juice. After that, we used to add sugar in the desired amount as mentioned in the recipe. Then citric acid, after adding the preservative, sodium benzoate 0.12 grams, we can go for mixing and bottling. Sometimes if we are going for automized process, we used to do pasteurization prior to bottling, and then directly hot filling we used to do. At a temperature of pasteurization is done mainly at 65 degrees centigrade for 25 to 30 minutes, and then capping it. After capping, sometime we used to do like it is a kind of a manual or small scale processing. Glass bottles are pasteurized by indirect heating in hot water for 25 to 30 degrees centigrade at 25 to 30 minutes at a temperature of 65 degrees centigrade. And after cooling, labeling and storage can be done. Candy is very popular from all kind of minor forest produces, whether it's your wood apple, whether it's your gooseberry or your bay and other kind of fruits available in the forest. So the important steps in candy making involves washing and separate of the segments, like if any unwanted seeds or anything else is there. Then we used to do pricking with the fork. The pricking should have to be proper and up to the center of the fruits. Then we used to keep those pricked fruits in 2% salt solution for, you can say, 24 hours. Sometimes we used to put lukewarm water also, like the 2% salt solution of lukewarm water for soaking our salt treatment. After washing, we used to keep it in alum solution for another 24 hours. Again, after salt treatment, we used to give sugar treatment. So the sugar treatment is done in like 4 steps, right? From 50% sugar for 24 hours to 60%. In between, we can add citric acid, then 70% sugar for another 24 hours solution soaking. Then again in 75%. After draining out the excess of the syrup, we used to coat it. Sometimes we used to do shade drying to bring down the moisture content, and then we used to coat it with pectin or sugar to reduce the powdered sugar, you can say pectin or powdered sugar coating we used to do to minimize the stickiness of the surface. And after packing and labeling, it can be sent to the market for selling. So these are some of the processing methods, the common processing methods which we used to use for processing of your or you can say processing and value addition of your minor forest produces. So this is all from my side.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, there are some questions. Can we take it?
Yeah, sure.
So one question is, bale and wood apple are same.
Wood apple. What you said?
Bale and wood apple are same.
No, bale is different and wood apple is different. Bale is called elephant apple. Sorry,
Sir,
bale is called. Bale or wood apple is same. Elephant apple is different. Sorry, I got confused. Yes.
One more
Bale
question.
is in English. It is known as wood apple, and elephant apple is different. Yeah.
So one more question. Whether ginger also falls into the minor forest produce?
Yes. because in minor forest produces so many other products are there like tapioca and all, which I have not covered. Maybe another speaker after me will cover those things, Erica nut. And so minor forest produces are like the roots, shoots, leaves, and these kind of thing. Even your ginger comes under minor forest produces.
So, whether one more question, whether we can include spices like
Any other
cinnamon?
questions?
Yes, sir. So one more question, whether we include spices like cinnamon, oregano too in the minor forest category?
Yes, that's why I have included them here.
Okay. So one more question, whether HPP sterilization is directly contact method? Can you please elaborate?
High pressure processing, we used to give a specific pressure, which is like which kills all the bacteria and microorganisms by causing by giving shock to the this whatever liquid form. Mainly we are using it for the liquids like juices and other things. So by putting high hydrostatic pressure, cell lysis takes place because of having high pressure. So that's how sterilization takes place, and it's a non-thermal processing method. The only drawback is like it's not cost efficient right now. Uh, Scientists and researchers, they are working to make it cost efficient. Like a small scale unit also costs around something 10 cr. So that's why it is not yet commercialized. Lab scale level it is there, but because of its high costing, commercialization is like not yet up to that level.
Okay, thank you, sir. Participants, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Hirdesh, I think you raise your hand. Can you unmute yourself? I already gave the permission.
Sir, this is Hirdesh Pandey from Anand Agriculture University. Am I audible?
Yeah, Hideshi.
Uh, yeah, sir. My question was that it was with regard to this. You mentioned with regard to sterilization of chili.
Yes.
So this with the steam.
Yes.
So it is a direct contact method or this that how it is being done. Can you elaborate about that?
Steam sterilizers, they are there. At high pressure, we are injecting steam into the spices, due to which the sterilization takes place. And sometime, if the time period should have to be very precise in that, otherwise, that steam will condense and may raise the moisture content of your spice sometime. So the process should have to be like equipmental error free and very precise.
So whether this steam doesn't penetrate the spices or it doesn't the
Definitely it
moisture doesn't come
penetrates.
into the product as such
Yes,
because
that's what I'm
it,
telling. That's why we are using it at high pressure so that it won't condense and the spice won't absorb the moisture. And it should have to be done very quickly.
whether it is popular in India or who are the
Everywhere.
supply.
This is the best method which we are using for sterilizing of like your turmeric, chili, and even other powdered spices.
So it is commercially being utilized.
Yes, commercially available. Commercially available.
And who are the manufacturer of this high pressure sterilization system for spices? Can you elaborate a little bit about that?
Exactly, I don't want to refer anyone's name, but in India, a lot many manufacturers they are there. You just put a mail to
Only
me.
thing I am this is not a commercial thing. Even the people they will come for asking that who are the supplier. In case they may ask question the entrepreneurs, then we can give the names to them that these are the supplier, you can purchase it from them.
Yes, you can take my mail or you can take my contact number. It's in the last slide, and I'll send you the list of the suppliers.
Okay.
The area wise, if you want it somewhere near to Delhi, that also there. Even in Gujarat also, 2-3 manufacturers. Whatever known to me, I can share. Apart from that, you can search from your end also.
Yeah, it will be quite good, sir.
Yes. That will be done.
Thank you, sir. Participants, write in the chat box, so you can unmute yourself to talk with sir. Sir is here to clarify your doubts.
If anyone wants, Priya, you can share my email ID. Even if you want, I can share it. It was there in the last slide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
I'll
please,
just
can you?
share it once more.
Yes, sir. Can you share your presentation because they have exam after that?
Yeah, it is there. I think I've given it to Vijay. Otherwise, I'll share on the PFM.
Mail. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll forward this one. In the bottom, my email ID is there. You guys can take. And you can send your queries after this session also. So I think that's all. Thank you, Priya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us the time and such a wonderful presentation you gave to us. Thank you so much. Participants, we have a 20 minutes break. Then after that, we start a new session. And I request participants WhatsApp group that I posted on the chat box for the assessment purpose. Whoever till now didn't join the group, please join the group.